Hello, today I'll be talking about Emolga, the first electric flying Pokemon introduced in Gen 5, and Gen 5's Pikachu clone. Its previous BYC dates are October 5th, 1997, July 26th, 2000, May 17th, 2003, March 7th, 2006, December 26th, 2008, October 17th, 2011, August 7th, 2014, May 28th, 2017, March 18th, 2020, and January 7th, 2023. Being that it's the Pikachu clone, it can be seen as the equivalent of Pikachu, Flossel, Minun, and Pachirisu. Given that it isn't in an evolutionary line, as of the filming of this, and doesn't have any particular partner Pokemon, it could be more specifically an equivalent of Pachirisu, which is supported by the fact that Emolga is based on a flying squirrel. I love the idea of a flying squirrel Pokemon. I most know Emolga from 3 places. 1. Pokemon Shuffle. 2. Pokemon Cafe Remix, where Emolga is one of my servers. It also appeared on the June and July 2025 title screens. 3. Like a lot of people, I know Emolga as one of the Pokemon of Iris in the Gen 5 era of the anime, as well as a few later appearances. Anyway, let's get into the Bulbapedia article. Hello and welcome to the Bulbapedia section of the video. Today we'll be talking about Emolga, the Sky Squirrel Pokemon, whose number is 0587. This is what it looks like. Its type is Electric Flying, abilities, Static, Motor Drive is its ability, gender ratio is 50-50, catch rate is 200 or 36.6%, breeding is a group field, hatch time 20 cycles, height is 1'4", or 0.4 meters, weight is 11 pounds or 5 kilograms, basic experience yields 150, leveling rate is medium fast, it yields 2 in speed, shape is that, footprint is that, Pokedex colors white, and base friendship is 70. Emolga is a dual-type electric flying Pokemon introduced in Gen 5. It is not known to evolve into or from any other Pokemon. Biology: Emolga is a white rodent-like Pokemon resembling a flying squirrel. It has black eyes, a tiny nose, and yellow electric sacs on its cheeks. Its ears, positioned at the top of its head, are rounded in shape and black in coloration, with yellow and white sections in the inside. It sports a vaguely hood-like patterning of black around its head with a spiky extension of the pattern above its face. It has yellow wing-like membrane flaps connected to its 3-fingered arms. Its feet are white and fairly small, and its black tail is in a jagged shape. Emolga lives in treetops, sometimes in holes gouged by Pick-a-Peck, and uses its flaps to glide from tree to tree. It generates electricity in the electric sacs on its cheeks, stores it in its membrane, and discharges it while gliding. Emolga does this in order to be able to scare off bird Pokemon, giving it the capability to gather lots of food. It then grills its food, being berries or bug Pokemon, with electric shocks before eating. Due to its tendency to stuff its cheeks with food, Emolga sometimes has difficulties flying. While Emolga is cute, it tends to cause trouble. Game data, NPC appearances, Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Gates to Infinity. Emolga is an important character in the storyline. He is good friends with Dunsparce. Pokedex entries: in Gen 5 Black, the energy made in its cheeks electric pouches is stored inside its membrane and released while it is gliding. White, they live on treetops and glide using the inside of a cape-like membrane while discharging electricity. Black 2 and White 2, it glides on its outstretched membrane while shunking foes with the electricity stored in the pouches on its cheeks. In Gen 6, X is White's entry, Y is Black's entry, Omega Ruby is White and X's entry, and Alpha Sapphire is Black and Y's entry. In Gen 7, Sun, it glides using its cape-like membrane. Electrical energy scatters from it, shocking its friends and foes alike. Moon, it grills berries and bug Pokemon with electric shocks and makes a meal of them. It usually nests in holes gouged in trees by Pick-a-Peck. Ultra Sun, they store up electricity to fly through the air. When thunder cracks at night, sometimes there are almost enough of them to blot out the sky. Ultra Moon, as it flies, it scatters electricity around, so bird Pokemon keep their distance. That's why Emolga can keep all its food to itself. In Gen 8 Sword, as Emolga flutters through the air, it crackles with electricity. This Pokemon is cute, but it can cause a lot of trouble. Shield, this Pokemon absolutely loves sweet berries. Sometimes it stuffs its cheeks full of so much food that it can't fly properly. In Gen 9 Legends ZA, the energy made in its cheeks' electric pouches is stored inside its patagial membranes and released while it is gliding. Emolga in the Alola Pokedex. Game locations, side game locations, Held items in black and white, it has the Cherry Berry 100% of the time, and the Lum Berry as an in-game trade 100% of the time. In black 2 and white 2, it has the Cherry Berry 100% of the time. Stats, base stats, HP 55, attack 75, defense 60, special attack 75, special defense 60, speed 103 for a total of 428. Type effectiveness, damage normally by normal, poison, ghost, fire, water, electric, psychic, dragon, dark, and fairy. Weak to rock and ice for double, immune to ground, resistant to fighting, flying, bug, steel, and grass, all for half. Notes: if gravity's effect, this Pokemon is given an iron ball or a ring target, or is affected by smackdown or ingrain, the effectiveness of ground-type moves is double, so go from 0 to double. If this Pokemon has motor drive, the effectiveness of electric-type moves is 0, so it'd be 0 instead of 1. Learn set by leveling up: 1. Nuzzle and Tail Whip, 5. Double Team, 10. Quick Attack, 15. Thunder Shock, 20. Charge, 25. Acrobatics, 30. Spark, 35. Encore, 40. Volt Switch, 45. Light Screen, 50. Discharge, and 55. Agility. By TM/TR, TM 11, Solar Beam, 14, Thunder Wave, 17, Light Screen, 21, Rest, 24, Snore, 25, Protect, 29, Charm, 31, Attract, 33, Rain Dance, 39, Facade, 40, Swift, 41, Helping Hand, 56, U-Turn, 59, Fling, 62, Speed Swap, 76, Round, 78, Acrobatics, 80, Volt Switch, 82, Electro Web, 93, Eerie Impulse, and 95, Air Slash. For the TRs, TR 08, Thunderbolt, 9, Thunder, 12, Agility, 20, Substitute, 26, Endure, 27, Sleep Talk, 29, Baton Pass, 30 Encore, 31 Iron Tail, 37 Taunt, 65 Energy Ball, 80 Electro Ball, and 86 Wild Charge. Vibrating, this group gives it Astonish, this group gives it Covet, this group gives it Defog, this group gives it Roost, this group gives it Shockwave, and this group gives it Tickle. By tutoring, in the Sword and Shield Expansion Pass, it can get Dual Wing Beat and Rising Voltage. By transfer from another generation, 5 through 7 Aerial Ace and Charge Beam, 6 and 7 Confide, 5 and 6 Cut, and Flash. Flash doesn't work anymore. 5 through 7, Frustration and Hidden Power. Frustration and Hidden Power don't work anymore. 6 and 7, Iron Deluge. That doesn't work anymore. 5 through 7, Knockoff, Last Resort, Pursuit, and Return. Pursuit and Return don't work anymore. 6, Secret Power. That doesn't work anymore. 5 through 7, Signal Beam, Swagger, Tailwind, and Toxic. Signal Beam doesn't work anymore. TCG only moves. Bounce on this card. Side game data. You got all this. Pokepark 2, Wonders Beyond in the Pokepark pad entry. He likes to ride on the wind, but he also loves the thrill of hide and seek. He cannot help looking for hiding places while he is flying. All this. New Pokemon Snap in the Photodex entry. Did you notice the scorched fruit on the ground in the nature park? That was an Emolga's doing. It zapped the fruit with electricity from its cheek sacks. Evolution data, just Emolga. Sprites here, so a little darker colors, but more or less the same. Brown for the shiny replaces the black. Looks to be a lighter yellow as well. Maybe brown eyes? In Gen 6, you get the models and the lighter colors. Pretty good adaptation, I'd say. Yeah, the eyes are definitely brown. In Gen 7, not really much changes. Maybe the cheek pouches get smaller? That's interesting. In Gen 8, you get the much better models. Homes, you get these models. Animation, Emolga and Pokemon the series, black and white. Irises, Emolga is the big one. Got all this. Pokedex entries in black and white, episode 24, Nash's Pokedex. Emolga, the Sky Squirrel Pokemon. Emolga lives in trees and uses its cape-like membrane to glide through the air. Black 2 and White 2 animated trailer. Emolga in the animated trailer with a Zebstrika. Gotcha, okay. In the manga. Emolga in Pokemon Adventures. Got a couple of them, I think also with the Zebstrika. Got all this. In the TCG. Other appearances, Super Smash Bros. For Nintendo 3DS/Wii Emolga appears in the background of the Prism Tower stage in the 3DS version of the game, and also appears in the remake of the stage in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Emolga also appears as a trophy in the 3DS version of the game. Emolga trophy in Super Smash Bros. For 3DS. Trophy information. If you've heard someone talk about a cute little rodent Pokemon with electric pouches in its cheeks, you'd probably think they meant Pikachu, but that description would fit Emolga too. Much like Pikachu, Emolga is more than just a cute face. It glides down from treetops on its cape-like membranes to really shock its foes. Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Multiple Emolga appeared in Pokemon Detective Pikachu. Trivia: Emolga was first seen in an image on August 7th, 2010. Emolga is the only Pokemon with a base stat total of 428. It is also the only Pokemon to have Motor Drive as a hidden ability. Origin: Emolga is based on a flying squirrel with its pentagonal membrane designed to resemble a cape. The squirrel specifically could be the Japanese dwarf flying squirrel. May also be based on gliding marsupials such as the Sugar Glider and the Feathertail Glider. Emolga might be based on Pokemon mascot Pikachu, as there is at least one electric rodent introduced in every generation, and as such, its cheeks that store electricity might be based on rodents' cheeks that store food. Name origin: Emolga may be a combination of Emon, drapery, and Momonga, flying squirrel, in other languages. Related articles, references, external links to the electric rodents. Let's move on. Now let's watch Emolga's first scene in the anime. Hello and welcome to the anime portion of the video. Today we are watching episode 681, quite fittingly, Emolga, the Irresistible. In this episode, these three Pat Rat have gathered these apples and are celebrating. There's Emolga. And that is Emolga's first scene in the anime. Let's move on. Normally I would say we're going to watch Emolga's scenes in Detective Pikachu, but I can't film the clips right now, so when I get that fixed, I'll add a section to the end of the first video I can. Now let's see why other people love Emolga. Now let's look at fan art. Hello and welcome to the fan art section of the video. Nobody sent in fan art, so instead we're looking at DeviantArt fan art. For those of you unfamiliar with the series, what we do is we go through these images until we find an image that doesn't contain an Emolga. This is Emolga Mioden 20 SFW/NSFW by Nanami AI. This AI image of a weird, more human-like Emolga here. This is PKMN Electric Shoes by Feeney. So I've done this one before, I'm pretty sure pretty much for all of these at this point. But yeah, we can do it again for the final time. So we've got Pikachu with goggles, and Raichu on this tree, Raichu hugging the tree. We've got Pachirisu, probably the tree is owned by the Pachirisu, it's during a lightning storm. And we've got Plusle and Minum on this rope, flying with Emolga, saying, yeah. This is from 2011. It's a collab between two artists. Very well done. This is Emolga by Corey Oredondo. This nice, cute little image of Emolga here. Very well done. This is Emolga by Cian. This cute image of Emolga. Very well done. This is Emolga by M. Myron. Nice image of an Emolga. I don't know, it's throwing up the apple, or being thrown an apple, but very well done. This is Hyper Evolve by Power Andy 15. This little comic here, looks like there's maybe 2 pages. On this first page, we've got this Emolga, this Oshawott, and the Shinx. Poof, poof. And it's all scared and nervous, looking both directions. And then looks up to see Samurott and Luxray. It's all angry, and they snuggle it anyway. It's all in love. And it's revealed it's just a dream. Interesting. This is Pichu times 7 by Pichu 90. So it looks like it's a fusion between Pichu and a bunch of these Pokemon here. So got the Pichu and Emolga, Pichu and Pikachu, Pichu and Pachirisu, regular Pichu, Pichu and Raichu, and Pichu with Plusle and Minun here. Very cute, very well done. This is Emolga reaching high as 2,078,249,507. 1 by Big Strong Berry 9. This is AI art of Emolga in the water. Interesting. This is Emolga by Hoichun. Emolga trying to be cute. Very well done. This is Emolga by Shiro Iro 6. So you've got this Emolga here, who's I guess climbing this tree for this cherry. It's a very nice image. Very well done. This is Emolga 2 by Neve Doodle. So you've got this nice image of Emolga here,
flying. That's very well done. Very cute. This is Shiny Emolga by Katara7. This nice image of a shiny Emolga here with a bunch of a wacky background. That's interesting. This is Emolga TCG by Funstar Art. It's a collection of TCG images of Emolga here. This is Emolga and Umbreon, just Pokemon S. 4,162,163,946 by Big Strong Bear 89. So it's just AI art of Emolga and an Umbreon. This doesn't contain a Emolga, so move on.
Thanks to everyone who submitted fan art. I won't be streaming tonight as I simply don't have time. Tomorrow I'll be talking about Caro Blast. Caro Blast? As always, this isn't my proper outfit. You'll see me tomorrow.